3 points for a win is a standard used in many sports leagues and group tournaments, especially in association football, in which 3 points are awarded to the team winning a match, with no points awarded to the losing team. If the game is drawn, each team receives 1 point. The system places additional value on wins with respect to draws such that teams with a higher number of wins may rank higher in tables than teams with a lower number of wins but more draws. Many leagues and competitions originally awarded 2 points for a win and 1 point for a draw, before switching to the 3 points for a win system. The change is significant in league tables, where teams typically play 30 to 40 games per season. Teams that win roughly 50% of their games are the most affected by the point system. However, some league championships have been decided on the difference in draws among teams. Rationale: 3 points for a win is supposed to encourage more attacking play than 2 points for a win, as teams will not settle for a draw if the prospect of gaining 2 extra points outweighs the prospect of losing 1 point by conceding a late goal to lose the match. A second rationale is that it may prevent collusion amongst teams needing only a draw to advance in a tournament or avoid relegation. A commentator has stated that it has resulted in more positive, attacking play. However, critics suggest teams with a 1-goal lead late in a match become more negative to defend the lead. The number of matches finishing in a draw has not been affected in England by the change to 3 points for a win. The average number of goals per match in Turkey's top football division has risen significantly by the change to 3 points for a win. History: the system was proposed for the English Football League by Jimmy Hill. It was introduced in England in 1981, but did not attract much use elsewhere until it was used in the 1994 World Cup finals. The change became vital quickly as it affected Paraguay, which would have finished with the most points in the 1998 FIFA World Cup Group D. It also affected New Zealand in the 2010 FIFA World Cup Group F, which was eliminated, but would have advanced on goal difference under previous points systems. In 1995, FIFA formally adopted the system, and it subsequently became standard in international tournaments, as well as most national football leagues. Year of adoption of 3 points for a win equals. This lists association football leagues where the standard is 3 points for a win in regulation time, 1 point for a draw, 0 for a defeat. The year given is when the relevant season started. 1981, England; 1982, Israel; 1983, New Zealand; 1987, Turkey; 1988, Norway; 1990, Sweden; 1992, Greece; Finland; 1993, Belgium, Bulgaria, Ireland, Italy; 1994, Croatia, Czech Republic, France, Hungary, Italy and Serie B, Romania, Scotland, Iran, FIFA and UEFA; 1995, Argentina, Austria, Belgium, Brazil, Colombia, Denmark, Germany, Mexico, Netherlands, Poland, Portugal, Russia, Spain, Switzerland, Uruguay and UEFA. The United States used this rule only from 2000, but had not used the 2 points rule before. Variants: some leagues have used shootout tiebreakers after drawn matches. Major League Soccer used 3 points for a win, 1 point for a shootout win, no points for a shootout loss, none for a loss. The Norwegian First Division and the Campeonato Brasileiro XR Copyright RIA and its lower divisions used 3 points for a win, 2 points for a shootout win, 1 point for a shootout loss, none for a loss. In the National Hockey League in North America, a system described as the 3-point win was proposed in 2004, with 3 points for a win in regulation time, 2 for a win in overtime, and 1 for a tie. This proposal was put on hold by the 2004 Euro 05 NHL lockout and subsequently rejected by team owners in February 2007. Instead, the NHL awards 2 points for a win in regulation or overtime shootout, 1 point for an overtime loss, and none for a regulation loss. In 2009, the Central Collegiate Hockey Association adopted a system of 3 points for a regulation or overtime win, 2 for a shootout win, 1 for a shootout loss, and none for a regulation or overtime loss. The IIHF uses a similar system for its competitions, awarding 3 points for a win in regulation, 2 points for a win in overtime or shootout, 1 point for a loss in overtime or shootout, and no points for a loss in regulation. See also, Group Tournament Ranking System, Winning Percentage. References. External links, NHL Standings Under 3-Point System, Guardian Commentary 2009.